Viktor Orban, the current Prime Minister of Hungary, evokes strong reactions. Born in 1963, his political career began in the waning years of communism. He gained prominence as a student leader, demanding the withdrawal of Soviet troops from Hungary. After the fall of communism, Orban co-founded the Fidesz party, initially a liberal movement. However, he gradually shifted the party's ideology towards a more conservative, nationalist stance. This strategic move resonated with a segment of Hungarian society disillusioned by the challenges of post-communist transition. Orban's first stint as Prime Minister from 1998 to 2002 was marked by economic reforms and efforts to integrate Hungary into Western institutions. After losing the 2002 elections, Orban spent years honing his populist message, capitalizing on economic anxieties and societal divisions. Central to Orban's political strategy is the cultivation of a narrative centered on grievance and resentment. He presents himself as the defender of true Hungarian values and interests, often invoking historical injustices and external threats. Orban frequently rails against what he calls globalist elites, portraying them as forces seeking to undermine Hungary's sovereignty and cultural identity. George Soros, the Hungarian-American philanthropist, has become a particularly prominent target in Orban's rhetoric. Soros's support for liberal causes and open societies directly challenges Orban's vision for Hungary. This has led to a sustained campaign of vilification, accusing Soros of orchestrating mass migration and undermining Hungarian values. Orban's government has enacted legislation targeting NGOs, academics, and media outlets critical of his policies. These actions have drawn criticism for eroding democratic norms and silencing dissent. Upon returning to power in 2010, Orban embarked on an ambitious agenda to reshape Hungary's political and social landscape. One of the most significant changes has been the overhaul of Hungary's constitution and electoral system. Critics argue that these changes have tilted the playing field in favor of Orban's Fidesz party, weakening the opposition and undermining the system of checks and balances. Orban's government has also pursued policies aimed at promoting what he calls illiberal democracy. This approach emphasizes national sovereignty, traditional values, and a strong state role in society. These policies have sparked debates about the future of democracy in Europe. Viktor Orban's approach to international relations has been characterized by pragmatism and a willingness to challenge the status quo. He has cultivated relationships with leaders who share his worldview, even if it means clashing with traditional allies. Within the European Union, Orban has emerged as a vocal critic of what he views as excessive bureaucracy and interference in national affairs. He has clashed with Brussels on issues such as migration, rule of law, and LGBTQ+ rights. Despite these tensions, Hungary remains a member of the EU, benefiting from its economic advantages. Perhaps the most controversial aspect of Orban's foreign policy has been his rapprochement with Russia. He has cultivated close ties with Vladimir Putin, praising his leadership and pursuing energy deals that increase Hungary's dependence on Russia. This relationship has raised concerns among Western allies, particularly in light of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The figure of George Soros looms large in Hungarian politics, serving as a lightning rod for broader ideological and geopolitical conflicts. Orban's sustained attacks on Soros reflect a deeper struggle over the direction of Hungary and the values it should embrace. Soros, a Holocaust survivor who made his fortune in finance, has long been a target of anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. His philanthropy, which supports liberal causes around the world, has drawn the ire of authoritarian leaders and right-wing nationalists. In Hungary, Orban has accused Soros of orchestrating mass migration, undermining Hungarian values, and seeking to destroy national sovereignty. These accusations, often framed in anti-Semitic terms, have been widely condemned by Jewish groups and international organizations. The campaign against Soros reflects a broader trend of shrinking space for civil society and independent voices in Hungary. Orban's government has targeted NGOs, academics, and media outlets critical of his policies, accusing them of being part of a Soros-funded network. Viktor Orban's political journey has been marked by both triumphs and controversies. He has emerged as a polarizing figure, hailed by some as a strong leader defending national interests and condemned by others as an autocrat, eroding democratic norms. His rise to power reflects a broader trend of illiberal populism sweeping across Europe and beyond. This movement capitalizes on anxieties about globalization, immigration, and cultural change, offering simplistic solutions and scapegoats for complex problems. Orban's Hungary has become a testing ground for illiberal ideas and policies. His government's actions have raised questions about the future of democracy in Europe and the limits of what the European Union is willing to tolerate from its member states. One thing is certain: Viktor Orban's legacy will continue to be debated and dissected for years to come.